Hello and welcome to an actual Let's Play video. I'm not actually going to go through the entirety of the game because if you've been paying any attention, you will have heard that the Homeworld Remastered Collection is coming out on the 25th. I didn't finish up my Homeworld playthrough because we were getting so close to just because the Remastered had been announced, and I would really like to do my first playthrough series of the game on Remastered, which is going to be out February 25th. I just gotta wait for my collector's edition to come in. But I did kind of want to show off Homeworld 2. I did a couple missions from Homeworld 1, but I've had a heck of a time actually getting Homeworld 2 to run on my new machine. Well, it's not that new. Built it a while ago. But one thing to think about if you're an old Homeworld player and you're thinking about getting your old game up and running to refamiliarize yourself so you can dominate in the multiplayer beta when it comes out. First off, installing from disk on a modern 64-bit system really doesn't go all that great sometimes. So what I ended up having to do was go to my 32-bit laptop, rip the CD to the hard drive, and then copy the contents to a flash drive, and then bring that upstairs and plug it into my desktop. Then you can still get the version 1.1 patch. It's still available, so you'll need that. But when you first start the game, if you just crank all your options and go straight to playing, you'll notice that your resolution settings are all 4:3 locked. You can get around this by adding a height and width modifier to the command line in your, or the target in your shortcut, and I'll add some text on what it should look like in post-production on this when I bring it into Lightworks. But another thing is you want to enable VSync. In Homeworld 2 is kind of weird with modern multi-core systems that are super fast. It's actually an OpenGL bug. As you run into extremely high frame rates, your control response just pretty much disappears. Enabling VSync will lock you to 60 frames a second. There are other ways around it, but this is really the simplest way to do it. I turn off geometry scaling because we've come enough ways since this game released that I don't have to dynamically reduce ship geometry. And another one, which if you've played it a long time ago, you probably remember it, but you want to turn off NLIPS, which is nonlinear inverse perspective scaling. And what this means is if you have that turned on when you're playing, your fighters and your corvettes are all going to look drastically out of scale, because the further out you zoom, the more the game will blow them up dimensionally so you can see them better. If you want the scale, the visual spectacle of teeny tiny little fighters dodging in amongst huge capital ships, you want to turn that off. Audio, I always turn my battle chatter frequency up to the highest so that everything sounds a little more frantic. And volume levels are good. So I'm going to actually get out of the way at this point and wait, one last thing. Player profiles. Edit profile. I'm going to go back to my old school Homeworld 1 color scheme. A little more green up this way, and our saturation comes up. Actually, no. Let's go something crazy this time. We're going to go white with a red stripe. Kind of a Sisters of Eve look. Alright, just going to accept that. And now I'm going to get into the game properly, and I'm just going to shut up, get out of the way of the intro.
The first time the great hyperspace core was found. With it came the gift of interstellar travel, and the Outer Rim trade routes were established, uniting the galaxy in peace. Years passed before the second core was discovered on a desert planet. Pain and bloodshed flowed in its wake. But the exiles returned to their homeworld, Higara. A young woman led them across the galaxy, and it is she who will lead them again. Her name is Karen Sajet. This is the story of the end time. We know this because the third core has been found. Under the dark influence of this core, the Taidan have risen under a new leader, a Vagar warrior lord named Makan. He calls himself the Sedgwickar, the Chosen One. Many systems have already fallen under his shadow, and his eyes are set upon Higara. Deep inside the great derelict at Tanis, construction of a new mothership is underway. The pride of Higara. Once more, the exiles will face the coming darkness.
This is Fleet Command. Stand by for hyperspace core transfer.
Containment unit online. All power signatures in the green. Primary couplings released. Trajectory is good. The hyperspace core is away.
This is Tanis Control. We have visual contact with the core. Proceed with transfer.
Trajectory and alignment confirmed. Take it to 115 and initiate capture procedures. The mothership recognizes the core and confirms signal lock.
Fleet Command online. Mothership status report. Engineering online. Stand by to initiate main engine sequence. Main engines online. Engine test complete. All standard drives are operational. Navigation online. The mothership is standing by.
And Homeworld 2 has definitely held up better than Homeworld 1.
This is Fleet Intelligence.
Graphically.
Our task is to analyze sensor data and generate mission objectives.
Resource collector.
Before launching the mothership, we must conduct a series of trials to ensure all critical systems are operational. Throughout these trials, the mothership will be running with a minimal crew and will remain docked with Tanis. Once these trials are complete, we will launch the mothership and test the hyperspace core. The first trial will test the resourcing system. A resource collector is standing by. Begin retrieval of resource containers at this location.
Okay, and if anybody who watched the first episode of my previous Homeworld series, all of that would seem very deliberately similar. They both have very, very thematically similar beginnings. Excuse me. And so I'm just going to get this guy working.
Collection confirmed.
Resourcing has changed in this game. You don't have a single large collector ship, and this is just kind of a demonstration. You don't pick up containers throughout the game. But these little guys head out in large groups and kind of scrape away at asteroids and bring stuff back, instead of having the 2 or 3 larger ships. But even today, this is just an absolutely gorgeous game. It has aged very well, but at the same time, if you've seen the
resourcing
previews
systems
of the new
fully operational
Remastered that finally came out this
trial
weekend,
successful.
I'm really excited to get my hands on
We will now test the mothership's production
version.
capabilities. Begin construction of a fighter facility subsystem.
A lot of gameplay changes.
Production underway.
And some of this stuff came over from Cataclysm, in which you had a modular mothership. I'd really like to get my hands on Cataclysm. I never got the chance to play it. But gameplay-wise, it sounded like it had a lot of really interesting things going for it. But your mothership, your capital ships are pretty much all modular. They have different subsystems you can build, which is kind of neat in multiplayer. If you don't build a lot of strike craft, you don't even have to put the facilities to build them. Just wait for that to finish up. I just
Mothership fighter facility complete. Fighter facility subsystem complete. Engineering is online and ready for fighter production.
To test basic combat capabilities, construct an interceptor squadron.
You see there's really no anti-aliasing going on. And this is at 1920 by 1080.
Production underway.
It's the first time I've gotten it to run on my new machine, and this is honestly the best I've ever played it. Had some very basic metallic reflection effects that they're really subtle. And actually this guy is probably the best to show that off with. You can kind of see that sheen a little bit. There you go.
Interceptor squadron complete.
Stand by to begin combat trials. Perimeter Station Chimera will assist by providing target drones. The drones are located here.
Usually turn tactical overlay off with tab. Just
use the interceptors to destroy the target drones.
Copy.
Oh, I didn't save my coloring. Oh well. And we're gonna send these guys out and blow up some drones.
Understood. Moving to destination.
I was wondering why the mothership wasn't a little whiter. Oh well. Default color scale is pretty nice anyway.
Attack coordinates locked in.
Attention Tanis Control. This is Perimeter Station Chimera. We have multiple unidentified units detected. Signal indicates Vager Bomber Strike Force. This is a scramble alert. All pilots to their stations.
Chimera Base, this is Blue Leader. Enemy units locked in, awaiting orders.
Tanis is under attack. All forces to combat alert. This is not a test. Interceptors have been launched from Chimera. The enemy must be eliminated. Order all interceptors to destroy the Vager bombers.
I'll watch the fireworks here. And
Production
crank out
underway.
a couple more squadrons here.
At ease. Stay sharp.
One of the bigger changes that happened between Homeworld and Homeworld 2 is formations. You don't manually set your strike craft formations. You basically just set them to a defensive or offensive posture.
Interceptor squadron
and
complete.
They kind of figure things out on their own from there. And they'll self-organize with larger vessels forming strike groups. In fact, that's what we call them is
Copy.
strike groups.
Attack vector laid in. That's all of them. Ready for orders.
And I don't do these at all, but when my collector's edition does
Chimera
come in,
Station
I am
is
going to do
offline.
an unboxing video.
The Vager have breached the Tanis perimeter.
The
I don't really think
mothership is
unboxing
under
videos
attack.
are dumb per se, but I've never
We
really had
cannot
a
stay
need to pull
here
them
any
off,
longer.
But this is special
Emergency
enough
launch
to me
underway.
that I'm probably going to do it and show off, like,
Stand by for emergency
I've still got
launch.
the boxes and manuals and strategy guides for
Roger
Homeworld
that,
1 and
Tanis.
Homeworld 2. Just kind of show off my collection. It sounds like a weird thing to say,
Primary
but
couplings
Homeworld, out
released.
of every game ever made, is probably PC games. It's probably the biggest game in my
He's
life
looking good.
for me. On the PlayStation, it would be Resident Evil
Green
2
line
because
confirmed.
I bought that for. It was the first PS1 game I ever bought. I bought it for $20 at
The
a game
mothership has
exchange.
cleared Tanis. We are away.
Multiple enemy reinforcements detected. Estimated time before contact, 2 minutes. Begin construction of bombers immediately to deal with this new threat. Bombers will be required to defend the mothership.
Yeah,
Production underway.
for my 15th birthday, my dad bought me, my dad took me to the store and let me pick out what I was going to get that year. I remember I got Titan AE, which is pretty well forgotten movie. I still love it. The fact that it was written by Joss Whedon earns it a couple points. You can definitely tell in the dialogue. But I got Titan AE, Homeworld Game of the Year edition, and oh lord, a huge bag of sour Skittles that I will never forget to this day. Made my tongue bleed because I ate so many of them in rapid succession.
Bomber squadron complete. New construction options available.
Reporting.
And target prioritization is awesome. You see my bombers came straight out, highlighted the nearest threat, and immediately got to engagement. Real-time strategy games are my favorite genre of all time, but I really wish... I'm getting sick of the micromanaging. I play a lot of war game, like European Escalation. I have all three, European Escalation, Air Land Battle, and Red Dragon. And I like them, they are strictly more realistic, but one thing RTSs have never really managed is to model
Bomber
competent,
squadron complete.
junior officers, like lieutenants. I really don't like having to micromanage my armor platoons. my belief is that their platoon leader should be able to handle that.
Roger.
Priority alert.
Attack vector laid in.
The Vega are using hyperspace gates.
But I really like this one because your squadron leaders are
If they
pretty
are not
capable
destroyed,
of selecting
the enemy can deploy
good
reinforcements
targets
through
on their own.
These gates must be
They don't have to
destroyed.
be babysat a lot. You can focus more on targeting priorities for your capital ships, which is the way I believe it should be. I'm going to follow him along. Actually, we're going
Acknowledged.
to take our interceptors and send them after the strike craft.
Engaging.
There we go. Go ahead and assign our
Group
number
1
to these
designated.
guys.
Copy.
Oh, and the biggest
Group
change
2
that I haven't
designated.
mentioned once is you'll notice that
Gate
strike craft
destroyed.
come in squadrons now instead of individual.
Destroy all the
buildings.
remaining hyperspace gates.
Group 2 copies.
See, my bombers automatically went to prioritizing the remaining hyperspace gates. Or no, they're still attacking that one. Never mind.
Group 1 copies.
And you can see down here, the health bar shows the health of your individual ships. I can get on this squadron, and you can see they're down a man.
Mothership.
Show no mercy.
Go ahead and set it to aggressive mode. There was a fair amount of controversy when Homeworld 2 came out because it was such a drastic departure from Homeworld 1, but
Group 1
I
standing
admit the
by.
story didn't quite have that mysticism to it.
Docking underway. Group 1. Resources exhausted. Group 1 copies. Group 1. Supporting friendly units.
Send our damaged unit back for repairs.
You are clear to dock.
That'll replenish any lost fighters. Yeah, I also play
Long-range sensors
Total
have
War
detected
Series
multiple
Empire,
enemy signals
oddly enough, being
converging
one of my
on Tanis.
favorites, which
All
community
ships
regards
initiate
as
docking
and
procedures and
kind of
stand
rightly
by
so. It's
for
not one of the
hyperspace.
greatest, but I play with Darth Mod, which and plus I'm a sucker for the time period. But where I was going with that is I
Vega
would
have
very much
arrived.
like to see strategy games handle squad leader and junior officer behavior a lot better, to where you can focus on the big picture and not have to basically sit and babysit your units and individually call targets.
Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated. Course set for the Homeworld. The Mothership must survive.
I always liked that mission successful popping up as you see all your crap getting blown up.
Tanis base has been destroyed. The Vega have launched a massive invasion. Higaran outposts are falling all across the inner rim. The crew of the Mothership is making an emergency departure, and planetary defense systems are standing by. Before we can mount a counterattack, we must rendezvous with the Mothership's crew. We will exit hyperspace in the shadow of the Angel Moon. A rally point has been established at this location. Prepare for enemy contact.
The Mothership is on its way. We're going to make it. Bishop 1 to all transports. Report status. Bishop 2 standing by. This is Bishop 3. We've taken some hits. 2 bulkheads down. We'll be all right. Bishop 4 standing by. Bishop 5, standing by. Bishop 6, reporting unidentified contacts. Get ready for company.
One thing I will say for Homeworld 2 is that it is a drastically more difficult game than Homeworld ever was for me. I'm going to attempt to save every last one of these transports, but it's been a while since I've last played Homeworld 2, so I don't know if I'm going to pull it off.
Hyperspace jump successful. The
I
core
just
is
love the neat
operating
little
at full
details. You can
capacity.
see the flashes from
We made it.
the main battle taking place outside.
We have
of
reached the
view.
Higaran system. Vagar forces are being reported in all sectors. They will know we have arrived.
And I need to get to work
Mothership.
building up my fleet.
6 crew transports are inbound to dock with the Mothership. A Vagar carrier has been detected in the area.
I'll go ahead and send these guys after them.
The transports are under attack and require immediate assistance. At least 4 transports must dock with the Mothership to meet.
Oh,
Attack coordinates locked in.
well, you get the gist. I didn't mean to cut that
Production
off.
underway.
Copy. Resources locked in.
Recommend construction of additional resource collectors to increase harvesting efficiency.
Group 1 reporting. Show no mercy.
But you can see, setting them to aggressive tactics, they assume claw formation, or what was claw formation in the first game.
Interceptor squadron complete.
One of the best ways to make sure you can save all of the transports is to just go hog wild and overwhelm them with a number of strike craft.
Reporting. Group 1 copies.
Group 1 reinforced.
Attack coordinates locked in. Weapon set to full power.
Interceptor squadron complete.
Group 1 copies. Copy.
I am
Group
not
1 reinforced.
much one for fair
Weapon
fights in
set to
this
full
game,
power.
especially when it comes to
Moving to
protecting these
intercept.
transports. This mission is very similar to the Protect the Cryotrace mission in Homeworld 1.
Group 1 reports
Probably
victory.
gathering on to
Threat
right now.
eliminated. Transport Bishop 1 is safe.
Like I was saying, even today those textures held up pretty good. When I first saw my first screenshots for Homeworld Remastered, I didn't really notice such an improvement until I started to play it again. But that really goes a lot to show the talent of the artists they had working on. A lot of the artists from Relic working on the remaster, which is really awesome. But you really don't notice the difference
Interceptor
until you
squadron
really pay
complete.
attention and see, you know, all the new model geometry, the higher res textures.
Group 1 standing by. Standing by.
Group 1 reinforced.
Show no mercy. Interceptor squadron under
Yeah,
attack.
if you haven't, I highly recommend looking up some of the videos from PAX South where they announced the release date for Homeworld Remastered. Really shows off some of the detail. Like these Vagar carriers, which got a lot of screen time in their 37-minute playthrough they did on IGN, they really stand out.
Group 1
Threat
has
eliminated.
defeated the enemy.
Transport Bishop 2 is safe.
Group 2 reporting.
The Vagar carrier is launching reinforcements. Use bombers to destroy the carrier's fighter facility. This will prevent it from sending further reinforcements.
Group 1 reporting.
Get my strike craft chewing on
Group 1 copies.
these guys.
Lock all weapons on target. Group
You can
2
see,
reporting.
I can highlight the fighter facility.
Crew transport
and
docked.
have them direct that only.
Subsystem and engineering
Directly
personnel
attack that.
transferring.
The mothership now has additional construction capabilities. Corvette facility available for construction.
Really don't think Corvettes are going to be a lot of use.
Group
in
1
this fight.
standing by. Interceptor squadron under attack.
This guy can take a couple hits.
Group 1 reporting.
Very
Group 1
efficiently
reports
deal with these
victory.
guys, and then send them after.
Bomber squadron under attack. Attack vector laid in.
Actually,
Group 2 copies. I'm hit. Group 1 reporting. Lock all weapons on target. Group 2 copies.
Group 1 has defeated the enemy.
Group 1 copies. Pursuing targets. Attack vector laid in. Group 1 copies.
minimize that UI. Alright.
Threat eliminated.
Yeah, go after it.
Transport Bishop 3 is safe. Hyperspace signature detected. The Vagar are using frigates to attack the transports.
Oh, I forgot
Some
about these
appear
guys.
to be equipped with heavy anti-fighter weaponry.
Group 1 standing by. Group 2. Group 2 reporting.
Oh, just lost the bomber squadron.
Group 2. Docking underway.
Send these guys out.
Stand down, we're on hold. Group 1. I'm hit.
Receiving transmission from Higaran Defense Fleet.
Squadron under attack.
Allied forces are arriving.
Pride of Higara. This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shah. Looks like you could use a hand. Attention all Sobani, pick your targets and engage.
Actually, while I trust you guys' judgment, allow me to pick your targets for you. Oh,
With the help of Captain Soban, we should be able to save the rest of the transports.
I'm gonna send these guys off to dock.
I'm
Crew
taking
transport docked. Research staff and science teams transferring.
New research options available.
Group 2 reporting. Ship under attack. Confirmed.
Group 2 reinforced.
Show no mercy. Passive tactics confirmed. Standing down. Subsystem target acquired. Defensive perimeter set. Group 1 reporting.
I think these were down. Yep, single fighter. Probably a good idea to put these guys back for now. I think he can hold till they repair an alarm. The weak frigates are kicking the
Transport
crap out of
Bishop
these
4,
guys.
sustaining critical damage. Send interceptors immediately to defend Bishop 4.
Crew transport docked. Sensor crews transferring.
Mothership sensor systems are now operating at full capacity. The Vagar frigates have been destroyed.
Alright.
Group 1
These guys
standing by.
back in the fight.
Defensive perimeter set. Attack
The
coordinates
Vagar
locked.
carrier is retreating. It must be destroyed before it can escape.
Attack vector laid in.
No, I'm still under.
Group 2 copies. Bomber squadron under attack.
Bomber squadron complete.
All personnel, code red. Reporting. Group 2. Defensive perimeter set.
Vager fighter facility destroyed. The carrier can no longer build reinforcements.
Group 1 copies. Show no mercy.
Yeah, you can tell how tense I am during a mission by how much I talk. I really.
Group 1 reports.
Threat eliminated.
This is probably one of my more
Transport
tense
Bishop
missions
4 is
that I do.
safe.
We're gonna split these up.
Intercept course punched in. Group 2 standing by.
Hopefully I can get these engines dropped. Oh yeah, good progress.
Bomber squadron under attack. I'm hit. Group 2 copies. Group 1 standing by.
Transport Bishop 5, sustaining critical damage. Send interceptors immediately to defend Bishop 5.
Very nice.
Interceptor squadron under attack.
Down.
Group 2.
The hole.
Engage capital ship. Stay sharp. Group 1 reporting. Bomber squadron under attack.
Threat eliminated. Transport Bishop 6 is safe.
Group 1 has defeated the enemy.
Engage capital ship.
Crew transport
Drop
docked.
the carrier.
Engine and power plant crews transferred.
Unlike Homeworld 1,
Engine
there actually
performance
isn't
increased
a
to normal levels.
benefit to saving all the transport crews. You get a couple of elite strike craft squadrons for taking them successfully.
4 crew transports docked. Met crew requirements.
Group 1 reporting. Docking underway.
Threat eliminated. Transport Bishop 5 is safe. The Vager carrier has been destroyed.
Hooray!
Fleet, this is Captain Soban. The Homeworld system will soon be overrun by Vager forces. Their objective is to capture the Mothership. You must get the Pride of Higara out of here. The enemy will follow, and in doing so, you will buy the Homeworld some time. Soban out.
Captain Soban's mission will be to track down the location of the Vager leader.
His fleet has been dispatched. He will remain in contact with us.
Group 1 copies.
We taught these guys how to park. Some janky pathfinding going on here. Well, I'm sure having all my fighters buzzing in and out isn't doing anybody any favors. Love the ship designs in this series. It's kind of a unique design for transport.
Crew transport docked. Elite fighter pilots transferring.
Elite bomber squadrons launching from Mothership.
second he docks, he will get fully repaired.
Crew transport docked. Elite Corvette crews transferring.
Elite Corvette squadrons launching from Mothership.
Oh yeah.
Crew transports returning to base.
So that has
We
been
cannot
that mission.
allow the
I'm
mothership
gonna
to fall
stop
into
here,
enemy hands.
but I will definitely
Coordinates set for the Sarum
have
system.
a lot more to show.
There we will regroup our forces and mount a counteroffensive.
Remastered
All
Collection
ships,
hits
stand
February
by
25th.
for
Hopefully
hyperspace.
Amazon's going to get it to me day one. With my luck, it might be a couple days after. But I am going to let the cinematic for the end of this mission run, and I'm going to call it a night.
Our home.
Children of Hygara, you are beaten. This sector is now under my control. Stand down and prepare for Vega occupation.
Planetary defense grid
I have
holding.
come to claim what is mine. Return the second core, and I will spare your homeworld.
Missiles away.
Hygara can resist the Vagar siege, but only for a limited time. The shipyard at Sarum will allow us to rebuild our fleet. We must secure this asset before it falls to the Vagar. Stand by for arrival at Sarum.